300 hectares of thick forest area. The Fire and Rescue Department says it is struggling to control the blaze, which is at the foot of Bukit Gedut, not far from a village there. Meanwhile, Doon Town has been shrouded in smoke because of the fire, affecting visibility for motorists. Separately, 3 business premises in front of the Bangsa South building in KL have been destroyed in a fire. Thankfully, no casualties were reported, but authorities are investigating the cause of the fire and the damages sustained by the eatery, car workshop and motorcycle workshop. More than 140 people in Laos, Sarawak have been forced to evacuate their homes, which were inundated by flood water. This as the Natural Resources and Environment Ministry will seek funds from the federal government for the construction of Phase 3 and 4 of the Cebu Flood Mitigation Project. Meanwhile, 30 schools were ordered to close across Sabah yesterday because of floods and not 26 as previously reported. And a Filipino man has been hurt in a shooting after he tried to attack a policeman who wanted to arrest him in Sepanang Ladang Labao Forest Reserve in Sandakan. Hundreds of thousands of people have been evacuated in Indonesia after Mount Kelut on the densely populated Java island erupted, spewing ash and raining gravel. There have been no immediate reports of casualties as residents within 10 kilometers of the crater fled their homes. However, authorities are worried that gravel rain will endanger people who are evacuating. This is Mount Sinabung in north of Sumatra, which has been in an eruptive state for the past 4 months, forced evacuation of tens of thousands. And MPs in Belgium have voted overwhelmingly to extend the country's euthanasia law to children under 18, the first country to remove any age limit on the practice. Briefly, Terengganu begins installing free Wi-Fi in 600 strategic locations at a cost of about 30 million ringgit. Separatist groups in Thailand shooted 5 people in 2 separate attacks, believed to be fueled by revenge. Italy's Prime Minister Enrico Letta announces his resignation after his own party voted for a change of government. And Arrow, the originals, The Vampire Diaries and Supernatural are each renewed for another season. This sports update is brought to you by Caltex. Win an all-expense paid trip for 2 to watch Cardiff versus Liverpool with Caltex Journey Card. Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho denies playing mind games as he insists that his side is not the favourite to win the Premier League title. The Portuguese says that Liverpool have a big advantage in the title race due to their lack of European involvement. Chelsea, second place Arsenal and third place Manchester City are all still involved in the Champions League. Former Denmark football coach Richard Møller Nielsen has died following an illness. The 76-year-old was famous for leading the national side to a surprise victory at the 1992 European Championship. Inter Milan are said to be interested in another Man United defender as Patrice Evra joins the Mania Village on their summer shopping list. China's Li Na suffered a surprise third-round exit at the Qatar Tennis Open, her first tournament since winning the Australian Open last month. And former F1 World Champion Jacques Villeneuve will contest in the inaugural World Rallycross Championship. That was the news update. I'm Kevin Francis.
The Late Breakfast, brought to you by Maybank. Enjoy up to 188 ringgit cash rebates on dining with Maybank cards anywhere you fancy.
Good morning, it's Ali and Rex, and it's Valentine's Day today. We are talking about matters of the heart, and we've got 2 special guests in, Dr. Siva and Dr. Panir from IJN. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Dr. Panir, you specialize in adult heart disease, and Dr. Siva, you're specialized in child heart disease. So, I read an article that it's the #1 killer in Malaysia. Is that
That's true.
So,
That's true.
what do we need to know about it? Why is it the #1 killer?
Really good morning to Malaysia.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased to be invited to
$1 billion mega deal. By combining, the companies say they could save $1.5 billion in operating costs. And German airline Lufthansa will allow passengers to use a range of mobile electronic devices in flights on all Airbus aircraft starting next month in all phases of flights.
Market Snapshot on BFM 89.9.
Overnight on Wall Street, stocks climbed after better-than-expected earnings from companies including Goodyear Tire and Rubber helped deflect weaker than anticipated economic data. The S&P 500 closed up 0.6% at 1,830 points. Dow Jones was up 0.4% at 16,028. The Nasdaq settled up 0.9% at 4,241 points. Earlier European stocks, however, closed lower, with investor sentiment curbed by a slew of weak earnings and a political showdown in Italy. The UK's FTSE was down